In this video, I'll be breaking down question 75 of the USMLE's 2024 version of the free 120 sample questions for Step 1, which is linked in the video description down below. As always, if you haven't taken a look at this question yet, I encourage you to pause the video, try working through the question on your own, and then come back here and check out the breakdown. Okay, so let's take a look at the question. And as always, we'll start at the end, we'll figure out what they're asking, and then we'll go back to the passage and get our key information. So they're saying, which of the following is the most appropriate response by the physician? So thinking about our main styles of questions on step 1, mechanism, diagnosis, association, clearly not one of those. This looks like it's going to be an ethics communication style question. So let's get into it. So we've got a 35-year-old woman, 15 weeks gestation in active labor. Looks like the birth cannot be prevented. So birth is imminent, and mom says she wants the baby to be resuscitated and everything done to save them. So after empathizing with mom, what's the most appropriate thing for us to say? Okay, so let's just zoom out real quick. So sounds like 15 weeks gestation. We know that even if the baby's delivered, that doesn't even have pneumocytes yet, like 5 weeks away from even having the cells that can start to transport oxygen, and really not going to be viable for at least another 2 months. And so how are we going to respond to mom requesting resuscitation for what essentially is a non-viable fetus, a fetus that doesn't even have the parts for us to resuscitate them if we wanted to? So I'll ask for a second opinion. And generally on the test, we were if it's something that we can handle ourselves, that we can answer ourselves, we don't want to reach out to a second opinion. They expect us to be able to address these ethical dilemmas on our own. So I'm going to downrank A. I don't think that's a great answer. B, I'll call the father and get his opinion. Again, if we know that this is a non-viable fetus that's about to be delivered, I don't think, and mom's already given her opinion. So regardless, if it's something that we could honor, we would honor it based on mom's wishes. So I think we would downrate B there. We wouldn't need to reach out to the father if mom were opting to have treatment and it was a treatment that we could provide. She could provide that consent. Okay, C, I will call for medical ethics consultation. So that's kind of like A. If it's an ethical dilemma, we should be able to handle that ourselves. So I'm gonna downrate C. Then D, we'll do everything we can to try to save the baby. So I think the problem with this answer for me is that this is sort of misleading mom into thinking that there's a chance, when really we know physiologically at 15 weeks, baby just doesn't even have the necessary, doesn't even have alveoli yet, doesn't have alveolar ducts. So there's nothing to oxygenate even if we wanted to. And so this would be like giving false hope, which in general is a bad practice. So I don't really like D. And then E, I'm very sorry, but the baby will not survive. This is, maybe it's not the exact way that I would say it, but this is part of delivering bad news, right? Where we can't hesitate, we can't sort of waver or give false hope where there is none. We have to give a clear and honest picture. And I think E does the best job of that in acknowledging that although it's an unfortunate situation, there's nothing that we can do in this case. So this looks like a core component of delivering bad news here is that we have to be ready to do that, even if it's not what the patient wants to hear, and that we still empathize. We did the best that we could, but we don't want to deliver false hope in these situations. So that's how I would approach a question like this on test day. I hope this was helpful. If you like this breakdown, check out some of the other videos on this series. And as always, I hope this helps you out on test day.